Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, today is the United Nations World Islamophobia Day. So, myself, Fatima, Mohammed, Ahmed, and Miriam, we're all going to a photo shoot today, which is organized by one of the local Islamic charities protesting against Islamophobia. So that'll be nice. I'll be having my photograph taken. Yeah, it's just a statement against Islamophobia. You would think that in a country like this, in the UK, that we wouldn't have any problems with this kind of thing. But you would be very wrong if you thought that. Islamophobia is a major issue. And it's not just Islamophobia. I think British people generally are not very tolerant of religion, ideological ideas, especially ones such as Islam. I don't know why that is. I don't know why we as British people are so closed, but there's still a lot of issues there, not only with Islamophobia, but also with homophobia, people who really don't like gay people. And the list goes on. For every minority we have, I can assure you that there are at least one other group that doesn't like them. And I find that frightening in a diverse society. The police will be attending this event, the United Nations Day of Islamophobia, not for protection, but just to show their support, because the police, of course, support minorities, as indeed they should. I think what happens is minorities tend to get forgotten. So people tend to group them all together as well. Oh, I don't like my neighbour because she is. And then they apply a label. I wish we could just drop labels. Wouldn't that be good if we could all just live happily in our own society rather than trying to say, oh, he's British, he's Indian, he's Muslim, he's Christian. Who cares? Why don't we all just get along well? Just love each other. Wouldn't that be nice if we all could just live in one big happy world? There's a song, and you can find it on YouTube, called Melting Pot by a band called Blue Mink. They're not allowed to play it on the radio anymore because it's not really politically correct, but the lyrics go like this: take a piece of white man, wrap him up in black skin, and they continue taking parts of other cultures, and then they say, let's put them all together in a big melting pot, and let's create coffee-colored people so we all can live happily ever after. Isn't that nice? Yeah. But unfortunately, because of the stereotypes they used in the song then got banned. But it's a nice idea if we all could live happily. So, yes, the day of Islamophobia, that's quite a big deal here. In fact, my local mosque here was set on fire last year by a group of vandals. Very sad, very sad. I mean, you can imagine, one minute you're happily doing your prayers in the mosque, the next minute you're running away screaming because someone's set the place on fire. I mean, you expect these things to happen in other countries, not in the UK. But to be honest with you, my big opinion is that education here is dropping. And so, unfortunately, things are changing fast, and people are no longer as tolerant as they used to be. They just see people who are different as something bad. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that awful? Yeah, so I'm going today to Edinburgh to have my photograph taken. Everyone's meeting underneath a statue in Edinburgh, have our photographs taken. I don't know what those photographs are going to be like. Isn't it strange how people from other countries always look so youthful and young? And then there's me, who's typically British, kind of overweight and bald. Yeah, well, at least I'll be surrounded by attractive people, even if I'm not one. Anyway, yes, so Islamophobia is a very serious thing, and it's very, very unfortunate. So I do hope that you will think about your local Islamic community today, because they do face a lot of prejudice, especially here. They face some big problems, purely because we all live in our own little pockets of existence here, and quite often we don't mix well. I think in cities it's different, but the moment you step outside of a city, it's very clear that there's a lot of problems. Even for me, I mean, I'm not typically British because, of course, I've lived in many countries around the world. So as soon as I open my mouth in the supermarket, people realize that I'm different, and I get some strange looks or treated differently. So it happens to everyone. It's not just an Islamic thing. Speaking about Islamic things, I see as well that locally there's a book signing taking place as well. Let's see if I can get over to that. Somebody's got a new book out in one of the Islamic centres, which is called Andalus, which is in the middle of Glasgow. That'll be nice. If I get time, I might drop in there as well, continuing my support for getting rid of Islamophobia. Very nice, very nice. And that's it from me. So I hope whatever you're doing this weekend, you enjoy it. And let's talk again soon. See you. Bye.